All right, welcome to another episode of the Peelerz podcast, where we talk the nitty gritty and pretty side of stripping. I have some special guests with me today. I have Miss
Megan Mayhem,
Kirill, aka Slut Whisperer,
Cuzzin Ant.
Cuzzin Ant. Nice and quick. All right, for the people who do not know you, who are you, Mr. Slut Whisperer?
Oh shit. Okay. I'm just
loaded question.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to talk about yourself. I run a clothing brand called Assholes Live Forever. My Instagram. If you haven't seen it, just go check it out. You'll learn everything you need to know about me. I pour champagne on girls at parties. I make fun of fat people a lot on the internet. I just like to have a good time. I'm a professional. I just get paid to be a bully. That's it.
I love that.
Yeah.
Where does that, and how does that start?
How does that start?
Yeah.
Well, they say, do what you love and then find a way to get paid for it. So.
You're just in the club one night, just like, hey, fatty, and someone's like, you should get money for this.
Yeah. They're like, this guy has figured it out. No, so I started taking party photos in nightclubs in New York. In exchange for a bottle of Patron, basically. Because I'm like, if I'm going to go out, I don't want to lose money. So at least give me free alcohol.
Hell yeah.
And then in return, I would take those photos, put them on a website. I built KirillWasHere.com. This is like 2009. Instagram wasn't out yet. Everyone was still on Facebook. And I would put up these galleries from parties and then harass everybody on Facebook who was in the photos to be like, post it. And my site just kind of blew up within a few weeks. And it went from just regular party shots to one night. I remember this specifically. A girl took her tits out at a party. And I had like a team meeting with all my friends. And I was like, guys, I've never put nudity on the website before. I have these tits. I don't know what I should do. And my friends were like, half my crew said, don't do it. You don't want to go in that route. Like, once you open that door. And then the other side, which I sided with eventually, obviously, I was like, I got to treat this like war photography. Like, if it happened, then I'm going to post it, right? Why hide the truth of what happened just to, like, keep a scrubbed, clean photography website? I just felt like it would be dishonest to what was really happening. And I'm telling you, within one pair of tits, like every week, girls started showing up and taking their tits out and wanting champagne because the site was that big. It was like everyone's first hit of mini fame in New York.
Yeah. Just
being on the site. Oh my God, I got my tits on Kirill's website. And then it got bigger and bigger. Instagram came out. Obviously, I built the following through there. And then.
Do you find a big switch up, like less Facebook people, more Instagram now?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even go on Facebook anymore. Right. It's kind of terrifying.
Yeah. The only reason I'm going to put the podcast on Facebook is so that my mom can watch it.
Yeah, you should definitely, if you have content for that generation, they crush it. That generation moves the needle. It's like, do you know this comedian, Sebastian Maniscalco? No. He's like an Italian dude, super famous.
I love that name though.
Super famous comic, but he blew up because of clips on Facebook because that demo just watched him incessantly, and then he's, sold out like arenas now. Yeah.
Just takes a little push, I guess.
Yeah. Where do you see the most success for whatever you're pushing?
At the club, I guess. I'm probably most successful in how I dance and how I perform. I'm an award-winning dancer. I definitely showcase that throughout like the States and here, but the States are making it very difficult for me to get down there. They pulled me aside one time and I said that I had an OnlyFans and that was it for me. Now I'm flagged at the border, so every time I go down, they're like, are you working? It doesn't matter what I have packed or where I'm going. They question me.
It's so weird that's like everyone's allowed to have sex for free.
Yeah.
Right? But the minute we turn it into some sort of content or monetization, it instantly becomes this like crazy taboo.
Yeah. Yeah. So now I'm fucked. I'm trying to go to New Orleans with my mom, and I'm hoping that if I have my mom with me, they'll let me go. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Scary.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, you are covered head to toe in tattoos. You don't exactly slide through very, if I'm some fucking crusty old guy at customs, I'm like, oh, who is this? You know, and I'm like, I'm going to give her shit now. And she makes more money than me? Fuck this bitch. You know what I mean?
It was actually a woman, and she did say it was like, it's your appearance. And then I was dressed like total stripper.
You should wear a full burqa. You should go through like you're a fucking Muslim lady.
I have a whole like bodysuit that my friend got me, and it's skin tone. It like literally comes to here. I look like a little bald dude. I want to walk around the mall sometime, feel normal.
Test it out.
Yeah.
Feel normal? You're like Michael Jackson, you put on a costume to go to the mall. You're like, oh, is this what it feels like?
Yeah, you know, just not have people be like, nice tattoos. Love your tattoos.
Like,
Did that hurt?
In front of you, like, oh, I'm totally getting an arm sleeve next weekend. Like, cool, dude. Cool.
Yeah, it's sick. I don't give a fuck.
Is that the worst part about having tattoos? Is that people want to talk to you about the tattoos?
Yes. Like, if you walk through the mall and you're not talking to anyone else, why the fuck do you need to talk to me? In the nicest way. Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're an interesting looking person.
I know.
I'm like, you know, you're like, I have questions, you know?
Yeah,
I don't care about
nice.
some lady with just a stroller. I'm like, this girl looks like she lived a life. Like, I want to know what led her to all these decisions.
And they always, the one question they ask all the time, too, is, like, tell me your story. Like, I'm just going to sit there and be like, sit down, Betty, and, like, tell her every fucking thing.
Yeah,
well, this is my uncle touched me, and then, like, this is when I got over it, and then, like...
You honestly should do a one-woman show about your tattoos like that.
Oh,
Probably
God.
do like an hour. The lights are dimmed, just the spotlight.
And when people ask me at the mall, I can just give them a QR code and be like,
This is my story.
This is everything.
Oh, that's
Follow
a
my
good
story.
idea.
Oh, my story's on
You should do a
OnlyFans.
QR code. Just keep it simple.
A business card for tattoos.
Flash them the card.
No, you got to tattoo a QR code and just like let them scan it.
Yeah. And it should have every answer to every annoying question you've been asked. Be like, before, just read. I have everything answered.
This is a great idea.
This is so good.
Like right there, like I have a little spot here.
Yeah, where do you have...
That tiny little spot, and I could show it pretty easily.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
That could
yeah,
save you a lot of time.
Like,
Yeah.
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 Here's everything you need to know.
Everything you need to know. But it's usually like boomers that don't know how to use their phone that ask the questions. So
So you have to teach them how to use a QR
yeah, okay,
code
open your
too.
phone. Yep, then I'll press show options.
Just do it anyways. Just
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you go around and you do all these clubs and you do all these parties now you do more than New York.
Right.
Do you find a big difference between the strip clubs in Canada versus the U.S.? Do you do strip
So
clubs
I
there?
don't really do... So strip clubs in New York or in America are kind of whack in the sense of... I don't know. They just don't do what like you guys allow out here. I've taken photos at strip clubs where they have, you know, they'll book like Little John. And so it's more of a party.
Okay.
You know, there's naked girls, obviously, but they're all comfortable with the camera that night. You know, I'm sure a bunch of girls want to remain anonymous off the internet when my site was that big.
Mm-hmm.
But there really isn't. I don't really do strip clubs. I just do regular nightclubs, which is also equally as absurd if you think about it. Because at a strip club, it's already a built-in element of sex, which makes it a lot easier to do the party. So, like, when it gets grimy there, it's kind of expected. But in America, I'm walking into a nightclub where it's glossy, right? It's bottle service. Like the night before, Tiesto might have DJ'd there, right? Yeah. And, you know, some dude spending 20 grand at that table. And then, you know, I show up and there's just like milk all over everything.
Is milk a common thing with you?
Milk is a fun thing because, well, first of all,
Milk was a bad choice.
champagne's fun, but anyone can do champagne in the club. After I started pouring champagne on girls, other people at the club would be like, I want to pour it too. And the club would obviously, you know, make money off of that. But then I'm like, well, what's my angle again? I was the first one to do that. Now they're all wanting to do it. But you know what they can't get? They can't get their hands on milk. So I still needed to drag the show back to me. Also, milk looks really good on black girls. It's just like beautiful, especially when I was taking photos. It has a completely sexual element, 100%. But the photography from that era, and like, I don't know when you're dropping this episode, but I can send you actual photographs from that time. Just beautiful.
Oh yeah. No, I believe that.
Yeah.
When Onyx did her wet show, she'd use white paint because she's like, milk looks
photographs
good. Yeah.
incredibly well. And then it's just the chaos of a nightclub. You're like, I can't believe this is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you find like the performances that dancers do are quite different from the States to here? I don't even know if you pay attention.
So, you know what's wild? I'm not a fan of lap dances because I'm just like, I like earning my pussy. You know what I mean? I don't like paying for it. It's just like a weird, like, it makes it transactional. I'm like, she doesn't want to be here. I don't want to be, you know, but I love watching. That I'm all for being a spectator, and I'll spend money giving everyone else lap dances. But for me, it does nothing. So I do watch the show, and they don't really do anything crazy in like New York. No. There is a place, I don't know if you've ever been to LA, called Jumbo's Clown Room.
I love that place.
Jumbo's Clown Room. I will go there maybe once a month. My good friend Scarlett, you know Scarlett? You probably get along with her great. She's like this super hot, dope, tattooed chick, and she's the most creative one there, I think. So if you've never been to Jumbo's Clown Room, do we go for my birthday? So Jumbo's Clown Room is essentially a dive bar. Everything in LA sucks, first of all. So everything in LA is trash because everything is a strip mall. Like, you just feel like it's a suburban city. You want to go out to a really nice restaurant in LA, and you're just sitting next to a pet store. It just has no. It's not sexy like a city. So Jumbo's isn't a strip mall, outdoor strip mall. It's a dive bar. If you don't show up before 9:00, you will be waiting in line with probably like 200 people. Mm-hmm. Once you get in, tiny bar. One stage, little stage, one pole.
It's very little. And the wall is made of mirrors.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to break them all.
Yeah, it's just like, it's so tacky and amazing. Tiny bar. The Sniffers row holds like 20 seats, people up front, and all the music's done by jukebox. So there's a jukebox at the bar, and each stripper puts her song in, and then 30 seconds later it goes out. And the minute she's done, which is different than what you guys do here, there really is no changeover time.
Yes.
They move fast. Like, one song, the next girl's at the jukebox, and it's, awesome music. And they have to put on a show because they're not allowed to get naked at all. So it's technically burlesque. Yeah. So they kind of have to be good. Yeah. Like, really good.
I think every performer there was fucking...
Like, Scarlett comes out, she does an Elvis number with an Elvis puppet. And the Elvis puppet's on her hand the whole time. And she's just like, having him eat her out. Like, it's just really well done. And, awesome. I can't imagine them clearing less than like $200 for 3-minute songs. The whole place is just throwing singles. Yeah, it's insane. It's so much fun. Oh, God, yeah. So I love that place just because it's just strictly based on performance. Yeah. Nothing else. Hell yeah. You can't see boobs. You can't see anything. Mm-hmm. No,
I fucking love that place. Out of all the clubs I went to in LA, that was definitely my favorite. And the vibes are just immaculate. Yeah. You'd love it.
Yeah, so much fun.
We love it.
Yeah. Do they have a bunch of clowns in there, though?
No. I don't know what the name comes from, but it's incredible. But it's just a dive bar. I've never seen a clown in there.
Oh, shit. Well.
I don't know who Jumbo is or where that even comes from.
Maybe he's the guy in the back.
The creeper.
Did you just vape? No. Oh, just seeing shit. Sorry. All right, I have some questions on my phone. Oh, wait, no. We're talking about milk. I want to keep talking about milk.
Oh, yeah. Let's
milk. I want to know, whose idea was it for the breast milk shot? How did it come about? Did you take it? What did it taste like? Did you do it again this time? Did it taste different than last time?
So, when you're a weirdo, you attract weirdos. And so I don't remember if this girl last year messaged me or just showed up on a whim, but basically somehow we found out that she was lactating. And I'm like, dude, I'm not shy about asking personal questions, And I was just like, dude, are you down to squirt some breast milk tonight? And she was like, hell yeah. I'm like, oh. When you have that happen at a party, like, I don't care about anything else. I'm like, my night is done. No matter what happens tonight, as long as that moment happens, everyone had an amazing time. Yeah. Because if everyone who showed up got to witness something they've never seen like that, it's incredible. So this bitch is like, oh yeah, I'll squirt milk. And I think she squirted milk at a few random people. Mm-hmm. And I got a little drunker. And I think I had the mic. I yelled for a bottle of vodka. And we started making White Russians. I think we lay down like a few glasses.
Yeah, she was doing the shots.
She was pouring. She was just very accurate aim.
Did it curdle? No,
it just looked like cloudy, really dirty tap water. Yeah. And I think it was like sour. I don't remember. She did it yesterday too, right? And she had
did a
good.
shot?
No, I don't think I
I
did.
think you did a shot.
That's not the grossest thing I've ever
Put in your mouth.
in my mouth.
On stage? I want to know. What
Oh,
was,
I've done a fan's ashes.
That
Yo,
can-
I had this party in Sacramento, and this
I think
fucking
that's way better to me than.
yeah. No, it was
Yeah.
really to me. It was way more as gay as it sounds, personal, right? So this I was in Sacramento. I do this party. It's incredible. This nightclub called Park in Sacramento. One of my favorite places to go. They just let loose in that place. And this lesbian looking chick comes over and she says, "Hey, you met me and my girlfriend at the party last year. She died since then, and I have her ashes with me, and I just wanted to bring her to the party." And I was like, "Oh, fuck yeah." Yeah, like, dude, let's go. Let's get drunk. We hung out all night. Lights are up. It's 2 a.m. Everyone's leaving. It's kind of like me and her and a few stragglers. You know how there was always a bunch of stragglers hanging out? Yeah. And I'm like, okay, this is my moment. Like, I got to ask. And we have this like hug about, okay, it's good to see you. Like, this is awesome, blah, blah. And I was, do you want to do a shot together? And she's like, of course, let's do a shot of tequila. And I was like, should we do it with her? And she goes, oh my God, we totally should. And she opened up the little thing and she ashed for the ashes. She literally salt bayed her friend into our shots. And we did it. And it was chalky and gross and disgusting, but it was kind of cool. It was weird. I have a video of it. I'll send it to you too.
Cool. I'd love to see that.
Yeah. Definitely wild.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
No, awesome.
Anyone who
I
finds
love
that
it.
gross is a fucking liar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We've all done weird, disgusting things.
I do weird stuff with death too. I have my dog's taxidermized upstairs.
Nice.
Yeah, just normal
Yeah, I mean,
girly
that's
things.
how I would, if I died, I would want to be cremated, mixed into a bottle of tequila, and be like, guys, everybody just get drunk with me one last time.
Oh,
And that's
okay.
it.
Oh, that's another good question too. Is where do you plan on going with this? Are you planning on ever retiring, or are you just dying on stage?
Oh, the parties, this is the best part. So for a long time, I don't know if you guys can relate yet, but at some point you start getting terrified about being too old for this.
Yeah.
Right? Where I'm like, okay, all I do is nightlife and all I do is parties. What the fuck am I going to do when I'm 50? Right? What am I going to do when I'm 60? Right? It's cute now. I'm killing it and this is great, but there's no longevity here. Really.
When does it become creepy, you know?
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. when does it become creepy? I think I can answer that at the end of this. But that's when I kind of started the merch. I saw a path to something bigger that can provide, obviously, a better future without having to kill my body on the road. Because I was doing like 4 parties a week at times. So I started Assholes Live Forever. And now the parties are fun again because they don't come from an area of desperation to me. They come as like, oh, I get to see the people that buy the merch. Get to visit these like fun little towns. And it's just like to get out of the house. It's just like, it's easy. And then that's why I think, to me, it'll never be creepy at any point, is because it's not coming from, oh my God, this kid needs this, versus this kid just is like having a good time. And when I'm 70, and if this place calls me, like, fuck, why wouldn't I want to pour champagne on fucking strippers at 70?
I'm gonna dance.
Let me
until
ask
I'm
you this. Let me
86.
ask you this question, everyone in this room, because this is something I think about. What age do you feel inside?
Like right now.
Like I always feel like I'm 20. Like no matter how old I get, in my head, I always think of myself as a 20-year-old, right? Where I'm like, oh, just every decision is kind of still kind of like, oh, I'm just having a good time through life. Like I don't feel old in my.
I don't either.
Until you get out of bed after a party.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel old. I feel 26 all the time.
Right. So when I'm 70, what am I going to be like? Oh, I want to go play canasta and like sit at the old people. So I'm like, no, I still want to go and have a nice steak dinner, and I'm going to want to hang out with some whores, right? Who can, those are my. That's just at the end of the day, those are my people.
Yeah.
What am I going to want to? I haven't really changed in that regard through life, right? My idea of fun hasn't become. Like what our grandparents do,
yeah.
right? Right. So I just kind of feel 20 forever.
Yeah, hell yeah. I plan on dancing until I'm 86. Well,
Yeah. I think at some point it gets cool again.
Well,
It
like,
gets sad and then cool. They're like, yo, do you know they got an 87-year-old stripper? You're like, yo, let's go.
Yeah.
the oldest
for sure.
stripper right now is 85, so I just have to beat her. Then I'll have a world record.
We'll kill her.
And
Where
and
is she?
I'll be better than her. She's just some grandma. She does
No,
walk
where,
around.
where is she dancing?
Oh, in the States,
Okay, in the States.
Portland.
She would be in
She would
Portland.
be from
That's where all
Portland.
the weirdos go.
Fucking
Yeah.
vegan little stripper.
She's not.
She's not?
little. It was like my grandma walked on stage and just walked around, and that was it. So I know I'm at least going to be more talented than her.
Right.
I hope, if I'm still alive.
Is this Googleable? Can I Google this woman and see an 86-year-old stripper?
Yes. What was her name? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember.
But Jay Wood, the guy that you guys were
You gotta
texting.
get back to me on that.
Absolutely.
I gotta see this 86-year-old stripper.
Her name is slipping me, but she's got a like girdle giddy something. It's something cute.
Oh my God. Did she get fully nude?
Yes, she did, and it was not cute or fun for anybody.
I have a question for you. Can you do fun tricks with your vagina? Are you one of those strippers? Like, can you smoke a cigarette? Can you?
Like a beer bottle.
Yeah, like, how crafty is that pussy?
I don't. It's tattooed, and that's it. It looks cool.
Okay.
It's like me. It looks cool, but there's not much to it. I don't
Okay.
know. Yeah. No, I haven't tried any tricks like that. Alberta doesn't really allow us to do anything that crazy.
Do you think if they allowed it, you would have developed your vagina talents?
There's something because I have to. I'm one of those strippers that has to be the best.
Right.
So like whatever the latest trend would be, I would be the best at it. The stripper Olympics would get a lot more intense.
I'm glad you brought that up. I just learned about that yesterday. And for the longest time, I assumed Strip Olympics is just like, oh, you get up on the pole, you swing around 4 times, everyone claps and goes like, okay, and like, one of you's going to win. And then you go at the club and there's like banners. Like it's like
Yes.
for Kobe, but
Yeah,
except
like in the
for,
rafters.
It's a big
it's
thing.
nuts. And then I find out it's a 20-minute routine. Some girls are spending like 3, 4, 5 grand
Yep.
on the whole production.
Yep.
You win 10 if you win, but it looks intense. It's like Cirque du Soleil.
Oh, it's fucking rough. Yeah, it is very intense.
You have won
3 times.
in
Only
a row. How many? What are the years?
2017, 2019, and then COVID happened. So then there was some spaces, and then 2023. Am I?
Just recently?
Yeah, I'm this year's.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I'm retiring.
You're retiring from the Olympics.
Yes.
You should.
right.
You're like
Two-time
you're like Michael Phelps.
I know, and I'm like, I'm on the high note, and I don't want any of the new girls to be like, I beat the 3-time champ, blah blah blah. Like, I'm good.
At 87, you'll come back and
Yeah.
crush.
And win it again.
Oh yeah, just I'll take one step on stage, everyone will lose their mind. You know.
So what is a winning routine versus a not? Like what? How close is the judging? What does a girl fall that makes people feel bad for her and clap louder? Or no? Like who's voting on this? Is there like an actual judge?
So on the weekend there is when it's the semifinals or the finals or whatever the fuck it's called, when they take half of the girls, the top of the half of them, they do have real judges for the weekend. But from Monday to Thursday for the prelims, it is audience and hired people like beer reps, drag queens, circus performers,
Cool.
and then they bring all the beer reps and circus performers, and they are the judges the next day. So yeah, we kind of do have like legit judges. I don't know how they feel about when people fall. I know that I've seen people fall on stage and they never make it to finals. Don't know if that has to do with
Yeah,
it,
I just
though.
wanted to know if it was a sympathy game from the crowd or if it's like no.
But
like,
there
you
was
suck.
Miss Nude Canada, a girl lunged at the pole and she does this trick where she like catches it with her side. The pole went down,
Oh shit.
like first song.
Oh shit.
Cuts open her side and has to get stitches. She won.
I mean, obviously, in that
Yeah,
situation,
that's
you're
what-
avoiding
Yeah.
a lawsuit.
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations.
Go, guys!
I didn't know that.
That was, Onyx. Yeah. And she's, the thing that sucks about it is she's an amazing performer. So we didn't get to see to all of her capability. And she couldn't do her aerials because she had stitches the next day and still performed for the finals.
That's dedication.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts.
Stripper Olympics goes hard.
Stripper Olympics does go
We don't
hard.
have that.
Yeah, why don't you guys? I was saying this in the car ride over. This should be on Bravo. This should be on television and filmed
yeah.
professionally
Talking
because
about
this is
this.
approaching territory of just like some sort. You know, it's a competition like RuPaul's
RuPaul's.
RuPaul's
RuPaul's Drag Race.
RuPaul's Drag Race. Yeah,
We've been saying this for years because of how intense it gets, how the drama gets to it, how everyone's feelings are so heightened. Like my mom comes to watch this. Like it's a family event now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, you guys should just pool some money and hire a production crew.
It's electric. Oh God, I know. I've been telling them that for years, but
And
I'm
just
gonna
sell
do
it on
this year.
OnlyFans.
Right?
You can sell probably the whole thing.
Now that I'm not doing it, I plan on doing like quite a few videos of the whole process and trying to get more eyes on it. Yeah, because I've done competitions in the States, and they're not an eighth of what Strip Olympics is.
Yeah. No.
Oh, so would you clean up if you went to America? These strippers in America suck, huh?
I did. I've done a few contests, and I always place.
Yeah.
Yeah, first round, and they always go like, "Oh, it's your first time, you can't place," and I'm like, "I will," because in the nicest way, they rely on their BBLs in the States.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
Is that
like,
not a big thing here yet?
no, not really. No. The floor girls, there's some floor girls.
BBL.
I don't like the BBL. I've, fake tits, love them, but I think my problem with the BBL is maybe I'm misinformed, but that's a muscle you can build. Like, you can't work out until you have tits.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
But you can at least develop some sort of a butt.
That's why you marry for the ass and buy boobs after. Yeah.
I like that.
Genius.
If you need, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get my girlfriend to do.
Yeah. She doesn't have fakies?
No.
No? Really? After all this time?
No. My ex did. Estee does not.
No.
She's got a great dumper, but that's,
You and her have been together for quite some time.
7 years.
Has she ever come on the road with you?
Oh, yeah. She comes to parties once in a while. She's a year older than me. So she's 40.
Wow, she does not look 40.
Yeah, she doesn't. She appreciates the parties, but I'm sure it's not her cup of tea. That's not what
Yeah.
makes her happy to watch.
She's sticky all the time.
Yeah, or she doesn't like to drink that much. And if you're at the party sober, it's terrifying because you just feel sad.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, if
feel
you're not
sad.
intoxicated, you just feel sad for them.
Yeah, you're just sad, and you're like, this is like our own mini 9/11. Like, you know what I mean? Because you're like, there's something wrong. There's something very wrong happening here. But I can't look away.
Yeah, I loved it. Oh, I felt so much power spitting on that girl. Oh,
Dude,
my God.
it's really, girls ask me, can I pour champagne? I'm like, please. It's like firing a gun.
Dude, I saw you last night just giving her.
Well, like, a few of those girls are big fans of mine, so I was like, can I spit on you? She's like, oh my God. There's like tears welling up in her eyes. She's like, please. I'm like, fuck you. This makes it even better. It's kind of hot now.
Yeah, I don't know why you guys just don't do that all the time.
Spit
You
on
guys
people?
don't even need me.
Especially for the people who don't tip on front row, we should just be able to like take their beer and spit it at them.
You should be able to kick them in the face, at least.
Yes.
No, we're not allowed to cross the 3-foot barrier.
Yeah, that moat.
The moat. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand.
That's
Why is it so? Why is it like that? I
the
don't
cops
even
make the rules, not us.
AGLC.
know. No, I know. Obviously,
Yeah.
you guys. Like, do you want to be touched, or do you think you make more money being touched, or do you prefer not being touched?
I fucking hate doing dances. I hate being touched.
I
Just
prefer to not be touched.
Where can you make more money though, being touched?
yes, absolutely.
Obviously,
Yes, yeah, way more. And
So-
like selling dances, you'll make way more than on stage.
right. You know, it's kind of crazy because I think about this all the time, and it's like being a woman constantly, you're being sexually harassed. So I think every woman needs to come to terms with how much money she's willing to take for sexual harassment. That's essentially what you're, doing every day.
Yeah,
Right? How much money is acceptable for me to be sexually harassed today? Whether you're, fucking Harvey Weinstein or, having to do a table dance.
true. No, yeah, it is true. Absolutely. I have worked at clubs that allow touching, and I just don't even sell dances because it's not worth it to me. Even if the dance is $40, like I can't.
What if the guy's hot?
Yeah, no, yeah, but that doesn't happen.
If the guy's hot, isn't that great?
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
That's
Like,
real.
Nice, fun,
isn't
fake
that great?
scenario.
Yeah.
It's not sexual harassment if he's hot.
No, yeah, that's true. No, absolutely. But that's very few and far between that you actually get someone hot, willing to spend enough money to touch you.
No, that's funny because when there is like the odd hot person at the club is when all of a sudden you're just like nervous as fuck, and then the stripper's like shy and like it's so
Bubble guts.
awkward. Yeah, you're just awkward immediately. You're like, oh fuck, a hot person's here. I don't know how to behave. Like,
Just fart all over him.
hey,
He's judging us.
it's like the
Oh my
weirdest thing ever.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Same with hot girls too, or hot couples. That's rough. I want to be a unicorn.
No, I love that shit. Though.
Do you remember
love
the
good hot
first time
couple.
that we walked into the Canadian strip club? One of the biggest culture shocks for me was the loonies. So
Yeah.
I was like so confused as to what was going on. I'm like, Kirill, they're throwing change at her.
Yeah, that doesn't look right.
Yo, I'm like, they're literally getting quarters beamed at them. Like, we make it rain in America with singles by throwing dollar bills up in the air. And like, you're making it hail in Canada.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, but it is. We're not supposed to get anything under a loony. But yeah, it's the same thing as the States.
Whoa. You're not supposed to get anything under a loony. What does that mean?
So like no silver change. Yeah, only $1 to $2.
Oh.
Yeah,
I thought you meant that only a person can only tip $1 at a time.
No.
I was like, what the fuck's going on in Canada?
But in hindsight, that's the same thing, right? Like, it's still being change, a form of change currency being thrown at you.
Yeah, it's the same. Like in the States, you're just making $1.
Like, if you do that in
Make
America,
$1.
if you take like a roll of quarters and start throwing quarters, like, you'll get thrown out on your ass.
God,
Yeah, they don't let you bring bottle caps into a hockey stadium. You know what I mean?
No, it sucks. I hate the change. Like I feel like I have to work for my money twice because if someone like say in the run of a week I get 6,000 loonies, you know what I mean? I have to physically carry that home myself. Then I have to take it home. Then I have to fucking roll it. And then I have to take it to the bank and carry it. And like I'm waiting in line at the bank and my purse straps like snap because it's so heavy. And then I'm at the bank for 3 hours while they're individually counting my loonies. And it's like, not only did I have to work for it the first time, I feel like I have to work for it like again 2 or 3 more times. I hate it. But
Yeah,
I'm
it's
still
fucking
thankful
annoying.
for money. Like I'll take
it's
the money, but
do you feel it's more degrading to pick up change or bills?
what I don't like actually
Because you have to pick it up off the floor, right?
No,
When
they
they throw
drop it.
We have porters.
So,
Oh, someone else does it?
Yeah.
We luckily
Oh.
do have porters that pick our money up for us, but there is some
trust
clubs
them?
where you have. Yeah, I trust them. I trust them.
anybody.
But I don't care. Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna steal 5 of my loonies? Like, I don't care. But like the clubs where you have to pick up your own money, you do like an amazing performance. You feel
And then
so
you're just mopping
sexy.
up the floor of the loonies.
Dude, you're like on the ground, like, and especially if you're trying to pick up like
With
a
those
stray
nails?
loony
Nails,
with
yeah.
the nail.
I would show up with a
and
magnet.
everyone's watching
Just
you, and
wah,
you're
wah.
like, yeah, this like you go from feeling so hot, like, ooh, look at me, to like literally
homeless.
scrambling.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
like,
horrible. And I'm in a silk robe, like just like don't look at me.
yeah.
It's fucking
It's kind
awkward.
of crazy that they build in that level of degradation to like be like go pick up like at Jumbos they have to do it too.
Yeah.
And it's always so like awkward. And at least at Jumbos they clap. Like when they're done, everyone's like clapping, and she's like, "Oh, hey guys," you know, and she's like, "Oh, thank you." And then they're collecting it, but the stage is tiny too. Your guys' stages are like,
And everyone's just watching you, like, especially
God.
if you
And there's
haven't
a
made
moat.
much. Yeah.
so you feel completely like a zoo animal. You can't even be up close to the guy who threw you the money and be like, "Oh, hey Joey, good to see you
Yeah,
again,"
yeah,
and
pick
then
it
he
up.
might throw you some more or whatever. You're literally like, "Okay, thanks. Don't don't feed the fucking."
Don't feed the horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it is super awkward, but I think they did that because there's like the no touching rule because we have the moat. So you know how like you could like theoretically put a bill in a stripper's G-string or
Right.
or you could hand it to her, you could pass it to her. Like
Right.
we're not allowed to do that, and because you don't have that like physical interaction with the dancers anymore, nobody wanted to throw money anymore. So I guess they were trying to come up with ways that they could figure out how can we like engage people to still throw money at us and play if they're not able to touch us. So that's where the loony games kind of came in, where like you'll roll
Rolling
up a
the cone
poster
and like aiming. See,
you
like
know?
that I could get behind
Yes.
because I'm drunk and I'm like, on a bottle of Hennessy and I got a roll of loonies and I'm
Yeah.
just like,
It's like
playing
Mellow
beer
dance,
pong,
yeah.
right? So like that I could get behind.
Oh my god! I would come out there with a bikini with just cups attached to them. I'd be like, throw change in my fucking titty.
And the
Well,
more
like
creative
extra
you are,
points
the
if
more
you
you
get it.
make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love switching it up with like different games. Like people will tell me they're done throwing loonies. Like they're like, nah, we're done. And
Oh,
I
what
see,
about the
and
single?
but if I see like a stack or like a pile of more money, I'm like, yo, you're not done till I say we're done. Like, and then I'll do
I
little
love
fun
it.
things to like keep them throwing because they think it's like, ooh, I gotta win. But there's no real game. The game is just throw me everything you got and you'll
But I
get a
didn't
prize.
notice many
Like,
loonies last night.
No, not at all. I made,
So is 5 like the most common bill you guys
Yes.
get on the stage, obviously?
yeah.
Okay.
And when we work places just outside of Alberta, they accept bills, nothing but bills. So you make quite a bit more. It's an easy way to get attention. You can take them during your show and like shove them in your underwear, and then they're like, "Oh, she's giving me attention," so they give you more. You can't do that with loonies. You can't like shove them in your sock and be like, "Thanks, Daddy."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're like walking around jiggling.
like a pirate.
Yeah, he's like a
Jingling
satchel.
around.
Oh.
No, put them in your socks and jiggle your legs. Get the,
Oh,
get
Oh
the
my
fucking
God, like a
jiggle.
little like bango.
Yeah.
Yeah, so even if in Alberta, if someone were to hand us a 5 and we touch it at the same time as them, that counts as contact and that's illegal.
Bro, you shitting me?
You're
What's the
putting it
difference
down.
between you and another girl at that place who's a pedestrian that also, like, why is she allowed to be touched? Like, if I go there with my girlfriend, I can keep my hands all over her, right?
She's not a licensed dancer.
And it's the
So be an
nudity.
unlicensed dancer.
No, it's the nudity with the alcohol. You have to have certain licenses for different areas. So that's why, like the stage, you're allowed to be naked, but you can't have naked women with alcohol. So that's where the moat comes into play.
Why don't they
so
trust
to
you
have
guys?
alcohol and nudity, there has to be that barrier.
It's just like, why don't they trust people to make their own decisions?
Yeah.
Like, why can't I? Like, what's with this, like, babysitting kind of?
They recently did switch the laws after COVID. None of them were in our favor. Now, instead of the moat, we still have the moat. Fun. But now we can eat on stage. Cool.
What do you mean? That's a why is that a rule that needed to be even made?
We couldn't put anything in any orifices. Like,
Yeah.
so, but now they made it so that we can put it in our mouths.
The eyebrows.
Oh,
We can put it in our mouths.
so you can eat hot dogs on stage.
Now we can eat hot dogs.
So
on stage.
can you like do some tricks? Like, does this open up ways to make money? I know they implied it for like, you know,
Doing the hot dog show.
yeah, like can you eat a kielbasa? Like you can eat ice cream sexy, bananas. I would be
Stripper
shoving-
Olympics.
Until you need
this
the
happens.
Heimlich maneuver
This
on
happens?
stage,
This
choking on the
happens.
hot dog.
A girl does a Costco show. Shout out Crystal. She eats hot dogs on stage. She rides a giant hot dog. She puts like Costco ice cream all over herself, spits it up everywhere. It's awesome.
So it does benefit you. That's one thing
Yes,
that helps.
absolutely.
Okay, you can
And
eat on stage.
We can eat on stage, and now we can have animals on stage.
Wait, can you eat someone's pussy out on stage? That's technically eating.
If
By
there were
the-
both licensed dancers, I believe no. We have to be 3 feet apart. But if it's
What if there's a
not-
3-foot hot dog between you? The hot dog's inside her and you, but you're separated by 3.
Like Lady and the Tramp hot dog style?
Yes,
Okay.
like whatever that thing is called. What is that? The
Lemon.
human centipede.
Hot dog dildo.
Yeah, because food's allowed. It's edible.
Crystal, are you
Get
listening?
that 3-foot gummy worm. Don't they make that fucking super long gummy worm?
That looks like it's fun if it was like a dildo, like the ridges, but not. I don't want that.
Right,
in
you don't
me.
want sugar in your pussy.
No.
Until you get ants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want
No
ants.
problem.
You don't have ants.
We get ants
Do you
in
ever
here.
go up there and see
Ants.
girls who shouldn't be working the pole, and you're like, bro, that bitch got like her pussy looks rank. Like I don't want her touching anything up there.
Yes.
Is there like what's the polite way? Oh, perfect. This is great because I assume as strippers you're more blunt than most girls just from the nature of just having to be tougher. How do you tell a girl her pussy stinks without hurting her feeling?
Oh my God, we run into this problem every time. We all sit in the change room like, who's going to say it? Who's going to tell her?
Bold. You just gotta be bold with it.
Yeah.
But what
Like, what are your words?
yeah, like what do you say?
Hey,
Like,
babe,
yeah, you stink?
have you ever had?
Stank.
Okay.
I
and
ask
what
them
does
if
she do? People go, oh my God, thank you. Or they're like, they're so mean.
I usually ask them like, hey, have you heard of BV? Do you know what that is? I feel like it's common with new dancers. You know, like, especially when you're wearing your bikinis like too long or whatnot. Like, you give them a little information like,
Like a pamphlet.
hint, hint, hint. If they don't get the hint, then I'm just like, hey, you got to take care of your downstairs. Like, it happens to all new dancers where they're not sure which fabrics make it not
Stinky.
smell.
So what makes
Yeah.
what's the best thing to not have a stinky pussy?
Cotton underwear and showering regularly?
Yeah.
Yeah. But some girls, it's a little much for them.
Gotta have a good pussy regimen.
And there's some
That's
girls.
your job.
There's some girls too that like they have a stinky pussy because of what they're doing in the lap dance room. And I'm not saying that this happens at Shade, but there's girls that finger themselves. And like if you're touching a wall and you're touching this, and you're touching, and then you finger yourself, then you leave, you grab a drink. Like no wonder there's bacteria growing up in there. Like, ugh, surprised there isn't ants. Like,
Ants in her pussy.
but that's maybe why they're bought out for so long is that there's ants and they're like, how does this happen? You know?
Dude, the pussy regiment though is like a belly button ring with a fucking cross. I have a cross that just hangs over my pussy, and it's like every day I do the pussy prayer. Like, God, bless this pussy. And my life has never been better since I did that. Like, that was just game changing.
That's your regimen?
Just
from
pray.
smelling?
I
Pray.
added that later
Pray.
on. Yeah, it was just
The
like,
holistic approach.
God bless this pussy. And this pussy's been blessed ever since.
You should get that tattooed above your pussy.
I think you should. That'd be cute as fuck.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's adorable. God bless this pussy.
I think that our managers actually are the ones who usually take care of if it smells down there, because some girls have gotten in a fight and been like, you're bullying me or you're picking on me, but like,
No, your pussy stinks.
No, you stink,
Here,
yeah.
Eat it.
I was like the VIP manager at a club I used to work at, so it kind of was my job to send girls home. And like, I was a lot younger, so like, picture like a 20-year-old me in a blazer sitting behind a desk, and I'm like pretty blown away at my life at this point, because I'm like, I hadn't started dancing yet, but I'd been in the strip club for a while, so I'm like this young kid, and I'm seeing like these grown women with like huge fucking titties running around naked all night, and it's my job to like oversee the lap dances. And like, I was like pretty much like the lady pimp of the dungeon, and I worked, dude, I worked in a dungeon, like this fucking red lighting, like castle vibe sex dungeon, and it was my job one day to send a girl home for having a smelly pussy. And this girl is like ratchet and scary and just like well known, and I was terrified. Like, I literally had to sit her down and like,
I would have sent an email.
have this
Just text her from
but it came up because so many customers were complaining that night. So she was physically in my vicinity, and she's drunk and like doing her thing and going off, and like, I had to literally sit her down. I had a walkie-talkie. I had to radio my boss. I was like, Murph, I'm gonna need some backup. And like, he had to come help me, because I'm like shaking, like, okay, it's been brought to her attention. And like,
That you have a situation down
yeah,
there.
that your vagooter stinks.
The elephant
and I
in the
was
room.
polite about it. I had to send her home, and like, obviously, if I like, who wants to be in that situation? On any, like, my poor boss Murph, me, the poor girl sitting across from me at the desk, like, all of us are just crying on the inside. Like, nobody wants to go through that. So like, yeah, we handled it with care. And
How did she handle it?
you know, it's just like embarrassment, but like acceptance.
She came back with a clean pussy, though?
Yeah, eventually.
Well, that's the problem itself.
You're helping people.
People helping people.
Oh fuck.
I would be absolutely mortified if I got pulled into the office and they're like, hey, we've had some complaints, you know? I'd be like, oh my God. Like, I hope I'm self-aware enough.
And you can't like talk yourself out of it. You know, like, the only thing you can do in that moment is like accept it. And
Yeah. You
just-
can't
Go
be like,
clean
no, like, this is not an opinion.
Yeah.
This is a fact. Yeah. The plants are wilting.
Oh my God. Yeah. I've had like girls I don't even know their name, but like they sit down beside me and that waft, and I'm like, oh. But then they're like, yeah, I don't know you, and they're like, I look up to you, I love you, I want to be like you one day, and I just don't want to be
then
like,
start by
thanks,
cleaning your vagina.
wash your pussy, like,
the girls'
Step one to being
bathroom.
like me.
yeah.
The girls' bathroom after amateur night. I don't know why. I'm not blaming it on anyone specifically, but like, it is a smell that is.
Like a fish market in Midtown.
Well, they're nervous, so they're
Amateurs.
sweating.
They're amateurs. They're
It's
like,
bad.
You know.
It is dank. Like, whew.
I mean, it has to be. You're going on stage in your town to win $500 to get like. You're up there out of necessity, right? You're not up there. You know, how many people are there that are just like, oh my God, I'm just so excited to just be there, versus like, I need this
Well,
$500.
I'm sure there are some.
It's like a
Oh, okay.
good ratio, I'd say.
Because I'm assuming someone who desperately needs $500 bad,
Yeah.
probably has a mismanaged vagina,
Oh, that's funny.
right? Because you
Funny,
should have
but
enough
not
money.
wrong.
Mismanaged vagina. I like
That's
that.
the girls in beat cars. You're like, you literally have an ATM between your legs. Why are you broke?
Oh God, no, that's absolutely true. And like there's like, you can tell half the girls are coming because one day they want to be a stripper, and the other half are just like, fuck, I need rent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did an amateur night out of desperation one time.
I had to do one to apply.
Whew, I was so bad, and it was when like Anya was there, and like that whole fucking era, like. Oh, definitely like 10 years ago. But I remember getting wasted because I was so nervous and I had no skills, no rhythm.
What was
like,
the song?
Oh God, I don't remember, but
Pussycat dolls.
Dude, I could tell you I wore a white wife beater and tearaway track pants. And
Nice.
like in my head, I was like, oh man, I am
Ali
so,
G.
like I literally thought I was the hottest thing to walk the planet. Like ripped the pants off kind of thing. The pants got caught. I like
Just had to do it twice.
you have
Yeah, I
rhythm
had to
yet?
struggle.
Like, were you sexy yet? Like, you know, because
No, God, no.
Did you know how to do all those fucking?
I mean, like, I could do some things, but, like, all of it was just, it was horrible. Like, even how I learned to do the splits was, like, I drank probably, like, 3 bottles of champagne, climbed to the top of the pole, didn't climb it sexy. Like, I probably looked like a monkey, like, flat-footing the pole. I get to the top, and I just let go, let God. Like, I literally let go. Landed in the splits, couldn't do the splits. I could not walk for 4 days after that. And like everyone's like, I didn't know Megan could do the splits. My best friend's like, Megan can't do the splits. Megan's fucking wasted. So that happened.
Needs to go to the hospital.
And the worst part about that though, and I don't know why I did this and like full regret, but like at some point I bent over and I spread my butt cheeks. And I don't know why the fuck I did this. Like, in the moment, I just did a full spready. And I remember hearing the DJ, like, she is spreading them cheeks. And I heard that. And it bounced around in my head for a bit. And I literally walked off stage mid-show. Like, that was where I drew the line. Like, I literally was like, what the fuck? And then I still won third. But I only won, like, $50. But that 50 bones back then, when I was, like, a little broke kid, like, I was like, like we're gonna make it.
That's
like,
it.
And I was so proud. Like I was so happy. I was like, oh, we're eating good this week. Like what the fuck was that?
The beginning of an era. That's what it was.
Yeah, it really was.
The first time I did one, as soon as I got off stage, they're like, "Oh, we don't think you can place because we assume that you're already a dancer." And I was like, "No, I'm not. I am applying to be a dancer." So he's saying I got the job.
Thanks for calling me a whore.
Yeah, you're the best.
We
slut.
thought you worked there. We've been paying you.
No, yeah,
Do you ever regret becoming a stripper?
not for a fucking second. It was made for me. Made for me. Bear is actually the one who found me in a club and was like, "You got to be on a stage." Like I was dancing in a little cage, hanging off the side of it, like doing human flags off the side of it. He's like, "You got to be a pole dancer or something." And I'm like, "Nope, it's just a stage girl." And he brought me over to Grand Prairie and started me off. And
Sick.
yeah. I think you were telling the story about how you first met him, and
I was horrified of Bear the first time I met him.
Yeah.
So Kirill had texted me. He was like, "Oh, we're doing this strip club run in Canada," and obviously we did Edmonton right first, and then Fort Mac, and then everyone leading up to it was like, "You're gonna meet this guy in Grand Prairie, and he's the most intimidating person on the planet." I'm like, "Nah, I'm good. Like I don't intimidate easily." We got off the bus terminal, the airport in Grand Prairie, and Bear was waiting for us. And I looked at Kirill. I'm like, "I'm not getting in that guy's car." I'm like, "It's not happening." But obviously, it turned out to be like one of the best people on the planet, like a gentle giant. And,
Yes.
R.I.P. to Bear.
yeah, miss him every day. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. But without him,
You wouldn't be here.
I wouldn't be the best slut in Alberta.
Which is actually crazy too, because Bear actually hired me when I was 18 too. So super similar. Like I had a interview booked with Marty, and I was 18. I just got out of the hospital. I was in the hospital for like 8 months with a blood clot.
Practicing splits.
I'm gonna get him one
Yo,
day.
facts. And then Marty didn't show up for my interview, so like I go to this club. It's the strip club. I'm just legal for the first like week of my life, and then
You're also like 5'1".
yeah. and I had like this horrible bleach blonde hair back then too. I fucking show up to the club and I'm like, whoa, this place used to be a strip club. And Marty slept through my fucking my interview. So Bear, he like greets me at the door and he's like, what the fuck are you doing here? And I'm like, I'm here for an interview. And he's like, you got your pro serve? I'm like, no, but I'll get it. He's like, you free Sunday? I was like, yeah. He's like, see you then. And he does this like turn around gangster walk away limp with his cane, and I just see this huge guy with like this tattooed face. I like book it out to the parking lot, grab my best friend. I'm like, I just got a job at the strip club. Like, I didn't even know it was a strip club. And, like, that was the most scary moment of my fucking life. Like, you free then? Like, see you Sunday. Like, that was my hiring story. I was like,
They're
damn.
out here poaching 18-year-old girls to become strippers.
That,
Legend.
and there's
Guy's a
terrifying.
legend.
There
Yeah.
goes the next
Guy's
10
a
years of
legend.
my life. Like,
He's a
just
scout.
like
He's a
that.
talent
He's a talent scout, essentially.
He is. And he teaches girls the fire, too, and stuff, and would, like, he's the whole reason that these contests happened. He, like, basically pressure them into doing it. You don't say no to Bear. But,
Yeah, but that's what makes, at the end of the day, you need a little bit of a father figure who's gonna like lay down the law and like
because God knows we don't have one.
And then at least also create at the end of the day, he created something for that strip club that gives it longevity, right? It's like, oh, you got to go to the Strip Olympics, right? Like as much as it must have been painful the first few years setting it up until it caught its stride, but like those kind of things make like legendary stories and like what makes a strip club iconic, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. And now he's going down in history. Everyone knows who he is. Yeah. Yeah, we'll miss him.
Super special.
You should name like a booth after him. Like Bear's booth.
Bear's booth, and then there's another award at the Stripper Olympics that I'm going to give away called Bear's Flame for the best fire show.
Sick.
Yeah. So since he's passed, I'm now teaching fire to all the girls, like taking his shoes and I'm wearing them, but a lot safer. His ways of teaching were relevant at one point, but not anymore, and they're not safe. But yeah, definitely teaching his style of fire to the girls so that we can continue to see fire shows.
Dude, that's so cool.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, we're actually doing that today. Hell yeah.
You're doing a fire show where? At Shade?
Yeah, we're just training it.
Training it?
Train where, like during the day you guys go in, or at night you just go?
We go in during the day because we're not allowed to perform it. Only allowed to perform it at Stripper Olympics.
How does that work in this town? What is there like? Okay, just let it happen one night kind of thing, or?
I think it has to do with the fact that we're not getting paid on stage. So if you're a paid entertainer, you can't do fire or something like that, or they're just maybe breaking the rules. Who knows?
Yeah, might be like grandfathered in. I'm sure Bear, stuffed a few envelopes, make that go through.
Oh, absolutely. Hell yeah.
Or just looked at them. It was
It's like we're doing this.
Yeah, just walks into the fire station. This is the rules now. Yeah, I wish we could do them every day because honestly, I think fire is the fucking easiest thing to do on stage. Once you're comfortable with it, it's literally just playing with it, and people are like, "Holy fuck, fire!" But like,
yeah, and it adds a level of like, I don't know how to do that. That's cool,
all right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Just put it in your mouth, and people are blown away.
Whoa.
You know?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Literally.
I should put that on my Tinder.
Put it in your mouth and people are blown away. Whoa.
You said that you're the biggest, the best, or biggest slut in Edmonton,
Alberta.
Let me ask
I
a
miss
question.
New Alberta.
So, what does that mean? Because what are you fucking a lot? What makes a slut, right? Because being a great stripper doesn't necessarily mean you're fucking every night, are you? Do you take clients home? Do you have a boyfriend? What's going on? What is a slut to you?
Well, I'm slutty on stage, so that's what I mean. Because I haven't had sex in a long time. Have not had sex since my ex. I'm actually trying to.
What's a long time?
5.5 months.
Sheesh.
Damn.
But I'm trying to hook up a one-night stand in Fort Mac because I'm like, I won't see him again. There's always hotties with mustaches
When's
and
that,
tattoos.
tomorrow?
She's negotiating a one-night stand at your party.
Sick. I'll find you. Should we just hold a contest on stage?
Please.
I'll be like, she needs to get laid desperately.
Yes. Oh, this would be, please and thank you.
This would be great. And you have to have sex with who I pick.
Famous
No. Well, they have to be attractive.
You said that's not okay, cool. So you're going to be celibate for like a while. What are your standards?
A little bit taller than me.
That's it?
Maybe a throat tattoo.
Bars on the floor.
That's it?
Bars on the floor. Just like, I don't
Just
know.
a throat tattoo and be taller than you.
Just like look in
so
their
as long
pants
as you're
really
sitting
quick.
down,
And we'll take a Sharpie to his throat.
I'm going to just go buy temporary tattoos and find
So
some.
we should really do like a game. Like we'll pick out like 6 or 7 dudes and we'll cover their faces and just pull their pants down. You can pick the dick that you want.
Yeah, does
And then
dick
we'll do,
size matter?
Face reveal.
No,
on
I have a blindfold and I'm just guessing by.
Yeah, pick the dick that you want and hopefully
Date
it's not
number one.
completely ugly.
Where would you take me to fuck on our first date? No, that'd be fun. I'd love it. Yeah, but no, I'm just. I'm.
Are you drinking on stage?
Me?
Are you working tomorrow?
No, I'm not working. But
So
I'm
you're just
drinking.
hanging tomorrow?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, it's going to be, okay. Okay.
You can make this as entertaining as you want. My
will.
vagina is your oyster.
Whoa. Jesus. This is what 5 months of not getting laid comes down to. Some ugly Jew comes to town. She's like, go ahead, fill
Whatever you
it. Fill
want.
it.
This is.
I'm like your real estate agent for your pussy tomorrow.
I can't.
I have a few interviews tomorrow. A few walkthroughs.
No, just show me their dick and I'm good. This is gonna. Oh, I love this too because this is really, really, really gonna upset my ex. He has a clothing brand as well, and
Okay.
he was really upset at me wearing. One, he's in Vegas right now. You should not give a fuck what your ex is doing. But he could not stop messaging me about your brand, and I'm like, this is awesome. And now he's gonna watch
Now I get
this and be
I
like,
get to pick a dick for you.
yeah, now he's picking a dick for me.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Are you? Do you care what color that dick is? Is there Isn't that crazy that
Do
that's
I look
almost
like a racist?
No, but isn't that weird? So that's like a funny territory, right? Like, because we discussed that it's your body, your choice. But if some girl goes like, I don't want to fuck a black guy, it comes off racist, and that overpowers well, it's just my pussy. Like, I have control over it. Like, what if I just don't want
To destroy it.
to have that? You know, I like having a good credit score.
No, I like girls. I like guys. Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't discriminate?
Nope.
I don't either.
Yeah. Yeah.
As a guy, I think if you're racist I think that's the one time racism doesn't really exist in the man, is when it comes to sex. Unless you're like hot and you could be picky, but like, you know how much you have to hate black people that you give up having sex with black pussy? Like, isn't that crazy?
That is. No,
Like-
it is.
like-
Yeah. Yeah.
My dick is the least racist thing on this planet.
I had a date with a black guy, and that's how I found out that one of my agents was racist, because he's like, oh, yeah, who are you going on a date with? And I was like, oh, blah, blah, because he had worked at Shade at the time. And he like took a step back and he's like, well, have you ever been on a date with a black guy before? I'm like, no, but I've only dated 4 people. So like, it's not like I was being selective. He's like, I really kind of think of you different now. And I was like, what the?
Wow.
I'm covered head to toe in tattoos.
Yeah.
And the problem is that
I might fuck a black guy once.
yeah,
like
That's where we draw the line.
yeah, like my butthole has a tattoo, but God forbid, like
they're like, this. I thought you were a classy woman, and now you're out there. You know. I think it's because that guy probably wanted to fuck you, and then he's like, he's not racist. It's yeah, or it's just the inadequacy, right? You're like, I can't follow that now. Right, like
probably
right. So that's why guys are uncomfortable with like black dicks when like exes and shit. Is you're just like, oh, pussy probably stretched out, and I can't satisfy her, right? Yeah. And you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that's exactly how it works.
Yeah. No, that never played out though. I ended up getting back together with my ex. So
Asian guys are okay.
Yeah, I love Asian guys with really nice tattoos.
Asian guys with tattoos look cool.
I like Asian guys who have like white boy tattoos, and I like white boys who have Asian tattoos, like the dragons. But then you see like an Asian guy with patchwork, and you're like, yeah, that's not you. Yeah, you look like embroidery. Yeah.
Okay, so this is gonna be easy finding a guy.
Yeah, you can do that in 5 minutes.
Literally.
And it's Fort Mac. I'm going to go on Tinder and I'm going to put my kilometers to 1 kilometer, and just anyone I find attractive, you have to come to the club tonight. I don't have time
1
to message
kilometer.
you.
I think we need to go. We should spread that radius way bigger. 1 kilometer. It's like, what is that, 30 feet? It's like 30
They all have
feet.
special bracelets when they come in. Are you here for Kirill or Kruella?
Kruella.
Okay, pink for you, and then I can tell
This
who's my
disrespect,
suitor.
Kirill will blow you. This one is Kruella will blow you.
I'm not blowing anybody.
Wait. What do you mean? Is that not part of celibacy? Like,
Well, I mean,
gotta
if they shower, but if we've been at this fucking
you're gonna
club
let
all night-
this dick inside of your pussy, but not your mouth.
He's wrapping it. It's Fort Mac.
So intimate.
How about condom blowjobs? Gross, right?
Yeah, the fuck?
What's the point?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird.
Weird.
It's like jerking off with a glove,
Yeah. Yeah. Can you imagine?
Of course
Put
I
it
can
on.
imagine.
and then having a.
All right, I think that's a great note to end on. I will keep you all updated on my sexcapade. This episode does come out next week, so you all will know very soon if I actually got fucked or not.
Oh yeah, we'll have the content.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Hell yeah. Thank you for pissing my ex off. You did everything I needed you to. Getting me dick, making my ex mad.
Jack of all trades.
Honestly,
Yeah, come in,
And
look
you're
at a
only in town
bird.
for 2 days. Look
that's
what you
it.
Hell yeah. Miracle
Literally, Mother
worker.
Teresa. She was a bad person in reality. You know that, right? Yeah, I do. Yeah, she's a real piece of shit.
did. No way.
Mother Teresa was like literally like they're all like anytime you have any position of power, it always corrupts. Like that lady needed to hold people down, so she also looked great. If you look at Mother Teresa, Gandhi, like they're all
Oh, they're terrible,
Everyone's
yeah.
garbage,
Yeah. But
Garbage.
like, at least be terrible on the surface, like us, you know?
right? At least Hitler was honest.
Real.
Yeah. Keeping it real.
We'll end it on that. At least
yeah.
Hitler was honest.
At least Hitler was honest. Thanks, everybody. Bye.